Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our project development program. This is the Tech Bytes program, and we have reached the 10th week of our product development course where we're making a new project every single week, keep on working on. First project was Mastermind, and today we're going to be coming to a close with our TicTacToe project. It's a 2.5 month mark, and today is looking like a late night type of version of product development, but just the show must go on, as they say. And of course, today we're going to go on, persevere through, and finish
Today
out
the last class?
this project today. No, Rishi is not the last class. It's the last class where we're working on TicTacToe. But next week, after spring break, once we're all back, after a good break, we'll start our next project. So keep in mind any ideas you guys have and start sharing them out so we can start thinking about what we want to make next. But we can have some time to think about that. Everybody here knows who we are, guys. My name is Ryan Siddiqui, a senior at James B. Cohen High School. We got a different quote today. A good program is one who looks both ways before crossing a one-way street. The reason a wise man once said that is because you want to look in and out of your code, looking both ways before you run it, because there's probably going to be an error on the first try. Make sure that you know what's going on with your code, comment it, know the ins and outs, and hopefully that will be good enough.
I just realized, and now it feels weird that like Chase isn't here, and then he starts like a quote war usually.
Yes, he does. Chase, if you're watching
Yeah,
this
it
right
feels
now,
so weird that Chase isn't here.
Yeah, Chase has been consistently here for
many
weeks.
I think it's just because like it's really late today, so.
Yeah, man. Chase, if you're watching this, we miss you, man.
All right.
Yeah, like next time if he doesn't watch it, we'll ask him next time if he like watched it or not. Yeah. And if he doesn't, like we'll just have him watch it.
Definitely. So my quote today is "Fix the cause, not the symptom." And what this means in coding is whenever you have an error, don't just try to just hard code it and fix the front part of that error. Find the cause of it and then fix that, or else you're gonna spend the rest of your lives literally fixing every little small detail that's basically the cause of or the effect of something way deeper. So just fix that deep problem and then be done with fixing errors. So yeah, that's my quote today. Who do you think won today?
We got quite a quiet crowd today, so looks like Chase always to ignite, get that beat going. So we'll ask. I guess we'll ask Chase next week.
Oh man, no.
All right.
We got one vote for Ryan. Okay.
Well, is it going to Avanis? Well, that is fine. Quotes, quote war. This should be a new program we do every week. Quote wars between me and Lavdi. Yep. Well, guys, let's get on. We already are good with our Google Classroom. Let's get on towards talking about our project, which you guys got to memorize by now. The deals is simple. Same thing we've been doing for the past 4 weeks. Tic-tac-toe with TicTacToe. We first introduced TicTacToe with our Hack Central program, which just happened yesterday. We had a fun time talking about algorithmic trading, how we can combine stocks and coding. Go check that video out on the YouTube channel if you were not there yesterday. But TicTacToe, guys, we're going to be finishing it out today. The graphical representation, we're able to place X's and O's, see who wins, and then play the game again. And the goal's the same. Now only the last mile is left to run.
Yep. And in case we need a little catching up on what we're specifically making, Tic-Tac-Toe, it's the 3x3 game, and we are using 2x2 or 2D arrays, which use rows and columns, and through that we we have already determined a function or created a function that determines who wins and loses, and all of that is done with TicTacToe, the graphical library, which is used for GUI. It's that word that has appeared again, but it's those buttons and the colors and the X's and O's that we see that TicTacToe is basically doing.
Exactly. And as a quick recap, last week, like Audrey was talking about, we finished creating the functions for checking the winner, seeing the possible scenarios. We talked a lot about two-dimensional arrays, what the indices, the index is, comparing, seeing who could go 3 across, 3 down, and the 2 diagonals. Remember, there's 8 total ways for somebody to win. So we spent a bunch of time talking about the conditionals, the if-else statements, the for loops in order to make all that happen. And then, of course, we did some live debugging towards the end. And that was fun. Always got to see how, like it goes back to the quotes. Nothing works perfectly in the first try. You got to keep on mastering it until you get that right, just right, like that, middle pot in Goldilocks, I guess you could say.
Definitely. All right, so what are we doing today? As we said, we are finishing Tic-Tac-Toe, but the last part that is still left to code is coding the reset part of the game. So once we do finish a game, just click a reset button or have it reset automatically. So resetting the variables and the GUI, the graphical interface that we are seeing, we will just code a function and that should be it. And then finally, if we have time, we will also play Tic-Tac-Toe as a group.
Always fun to play your creations. But before we can get to that, guys, we have to finish the project up. So I'm going to go back to the Google Classroom. I will drop the link as well. If you would like to come and join. I see somebody's already there. All right, it is in the chat, guys. Get on over to our almost finished Tic-Tac-Toe project. As you guys are coming on, I'll do a quick recap of what we got working so far. If I hit run, we can play our basic game of Tic-Tac-Toe. We can see who wins. So if I go up, X right there, X, if I go 3 down in the first column, there we go. We are told that congratulations, player X, you have won, and little message box.
By the way, it's not repl.it anymore. It's replit.com.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday. Yep, it's Replit now.
Yeah.
Why? Did they lose their domain? No, I'm sure they couldn't have let.
No, I think they just
That was
got like a good domain.
That
They
was
got their
good.
own new domain.
Let's see if there's any article on Google about this. It's not.
It's because they said that because repl.com is more professional.
True, but I feel like that is unique. You got Repl.
Yeah, repl.it was unique. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are playing that game right now. If somebody wins right now, we got the winner coming up, but there's no reset occurring. I have to essentially hit the run button over and over again for me to keep playing. Now, as we keep creating more projects, that's not our goal. We don't want to create something which only works once. It's sort of like if you were to buy a pair of shoes, right, or a pair of clothes. If you just wear them once and you throw them in the garbage, that wouldn't really make sense, right? You buy clothes to wear them for a good amount of time, along with a pair of shoes, right? You want them to be durable. And the main thing with our programs is that we want them to be durable as well, so that we can keep on playing them without having to continuously hit run, stop, run, stop, run, stop. So to avoid that loop,
my man. Good. Please, all these animals. How many? 4. Let him.
Alrighty. So to avoid that loop, we're going to be writing one function to close this project off, that being a reset function. Now, can anybody tell me where are we probably going to call that reset function? In which of the functions, which I'm scrolling by? Anybody have an idea? When would be a good time to call it?
We call on what?
Our reset function, which we're going to code right now. What would be like a logical place to put it?
After someone wins?
After check for winners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can just go below our switch turn function right here. We can add, I guess, 3.75 right here. And this will be our reset function. And it's relatively short, nothing compared to what we did last week involving all of this code. So what I'm going to do is say define our function, define reset the game. You can call it whatever you'd like. Add the colons, indentations, make sure that it's all good. And now what we have to do, guys, is if we go back to a little quick whiteboard session right here, we got our 3x3 grid, right? We got 9 squares. Now, right now, those 9 squares, they're all filled up, right? They got circles, they got X's, and they got O's. Essentially, what we have to do now is go through somehow and clear all of these out. So essentially make it so that they are all reset. So there's a fresh board for the user, for the 2 people to play on. Now, we are going to be focusing on that part. So does anybody have an idea? What type of concept have we learned about previously, which allows us to go over stuff very quickly? And it starts with an L. Anybody have an idea?
Loop?
Exactly. Now, do you have an idea of what type of loop we're looking for today?
I don't. It has to be 4 whiles. Um,
So you're
while.
we definitely could do a while loop, but today we're going to be looking at a for loop just because I know how
Okay.
many times it's going to run. You know what I mean? We got,
Oh yeah, because of like the iteration.
yep, Christian, I exactly. Yep, a for loop. And Christian, do you have an idea? Do you want to add any comments? Do you think why a for loop would be a good idea? Feel free to unmute as well if you'd like, or you can just let us know in chat if while you're thinking about a for loop. That is totally fine. So, yep, you guys said it right. We are going to be utilizing a for loop, and the reason is because we know how many times we got to go and clear up each spot. It's a 3x3 grid. In total, we're going to be running 9 times, and like we did when did we do before? I guess not. We're going to be utilizing a double for loop in order to go through each and every position in our grid. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is say for x in range of 3 times. This will be responsible for going through the 3 columns. And now I need one more loop inside of this, which will also run 3 times. And this will be responsible for going down we got the rows already handled, to go down the column. So the 0, 0, the 1, 0, the 2, 0 position, and so on and so forth, making sure that each and every single position is accounted for. And this column, yep, of each rows and columns, 2 for loops, exactly. And this concept of us having a for loop inside of a for loop, it has a special name. It's called a nested for loop. You can probably infer why it's called a nested for loop, because one for loop is nested inside of the larger one. So that is a cool vocab term. Remember, it is a nested for loop we're going to be utilizing today to reset our game. And now we just got 2 simple lines of code left, that being clearing up our button array. Right now the button array is populated with a bunch of X's and O's, and we got to clear those out. So let's do that right now. We're going to look at every single row and column, every single square essentially, and we have to reset it to be blank. So just say that X and Y, and we're going to be looking at since we're utilizing TicTacToe, there's going to be 2 types of squares which we have to clear out. We do not have to, really worry about this part. It's just because TicTacToe, but it's the text part. This will be equal to a blank, essentially nothing, cleared up. And then lastly, we're going to be looking at the state of our buttons so that they are clickable once again after the game has finished at every position. Looking at the state, and this will be equal to the normal state so that our buttons can be clicked and played over with once again. Now, I would once again, you don't have to really worry about these last pair of array marks coming in. The main part is this 2D array, which we are resetting. We're going through each and every single square right here and clearing it up. Regardless of whatever was in that square previously, we're going through clearing it so that the next time 2 players play, they have a fresh board to play on. And that's pretty much it. That's all we got to do in our reset game function. Other than that, what we can do, if as an additional thing, is just say who the next user is. So we started off with X, so we'll make sure to start off with X again in case the letter O won, and in case the letter X won, right? Since we're alternating turns. So in order to do that, we got to call in our global variable of current move. So we can say global, the current move variable, and then at the very end, we can just say the current move is equal to X, so that we have none of that problem we had about 2 weeks ago. Remember how X could make a more amount of moves? So X could go like 3 times in one game, and Circle could only go 2 times. So in order to avoid that, we're just going to make sure we take care of that and say the player who's going to start off will be X once again. And that is our reset game function. Now all that is left is for us to actually call the function so that it works. So what I'm going to do is copy the name, and we can just add it like you guys said at the beginning. Whenever somebody has won, we just got to remember to call it. So call it after, let's call it like this, reset game, add those parentheses because we're calling a function. Once again, reset game. add those parentheses. And that is it. So now let's run it. All right, circle goes. Somebody's playing for us right now. Okay, I'll go. We'll go circle right there. Ooh, block that out. Oh no, where are you gonna go? There we go. Got the left diagonal locked up. And there we go, guys. We see that once. Who was I playing against? Was that Rishi? Avanish? Are you? Who was that? Oh, Krishna.
It wasn't me.
Okay, nice, Krishna. You have beat me. Well, like you guys saw, when Krishna won the game, guys, the board is completely reset. And now we can play a game again. So Krishna, go again. Oh, we have a cat's game. And that is actually something which we have not accounted for. So something, I guess.
Well, what happens really in real life if it was a tie? We wouldn't just count that round, right?
Yeah, you generally say it's a tie. And if we would like, we haven't had a specific if statement, but as an extension, which we could go upon right now, is say when the counter is equal to 8 and there hasn't been a winner, then we know that the tie has occurred. So that's something additionally, if you guys would like, you can add, but it's not something which is really necessary. Hopefully a winner happens every time. But if you were to add it, I would definitely say add it in our check for winners function. Essentially, it would just be one simple if statement. We would say if the current, we have counter, right? Our counter is called counter. If the counter is equal to or greater than or equal to 8, then we know that no more possible moves can be made. Looking in JavaScript right now. And then we would say that a tie has occurred. And that's pretty much it. I would just, we can just code it right now. Add that statement. We can change the wording and say a tie has occurred, no winner. And then we would reset our game once again.
Thank you for telling me how to use the message box function. I tried to use the message box function like somewhere else before, and I don't know what I did wrong. I don't remember, but yeah, it didn't work.
Well, no problem. That's the whole point. Learning new things one by one. And now, guys, if you run and have a cat's game, we should be able to see a message, which, excellent. Let's try again one more time. This is one of the things that you guys will probably, as you guys start learning more, progressing in your coding careers, sometimes testing out certain features in your game, it becomes such a big hassle because landing that exact perfect spot gets pretty annoying. Oh my gosh, look, I did it again.
That's where tests come in actual coding.
Yeah, that's when we have files we're importing, looking at. Let's see if I can get a tie right here.
Oh, there we go. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So there was obviously an opportunity, but we're going to spend the whole day right here. Essentially, guys, what would happen is if you have a mixed up piece of board and you're going towards the 9th turn, then you would get this message saying that a tie has occurred and there has been no winner. Let's see. Whoever's trying right now can get it. There we go. A tie has occurred, no winner. AKA, it's the cat's game. And guys, with that 86 lines minus the white space is probably 70 lines of code, and 4 to 5 weeks I believe it took on this. We have finished TicTacToe with TicTacToe. It started out as an idea with Hack Central, combining our project with TicTacToe, and we.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Vanish.
Yeah.
Because something happened to my keyboard or something. Okay.
Yep, you're good. But in the process, guys, we did a bunch of code. We learned about TicTacToe, how we can make a graphical interface, that 3x3 grid. Learn about certain on-click events, what happens when we click a square, what is supposed to happen. We talked about logic, introduced this new concept of 2-dimensional arrays, learn about how we can use those in different projects as well. Did some live debugging, combined old skills like modulus right here as well, and had a good time. So hopefully you guys had a good time playing our TicTacToe version. Krishna dares me to a rematch. Okay, let's go, Krishna, right now. Oh my, okay. Okay, I lost either way. Wow, Krishna, okay, you have won. Well, no more public embarrassment coming from me. I'm retiring from TicTacToe. We played it too many times now. time for us to now start focusing on a new game. So guys, in the meantime, what we're just gonna be talking about is our new project. I know that a lot of you, we were talking about with Chase a
Crossword.
a crossword puzzle idea where we have crossword we generate and we look at how to solve it.
Yeah.
That's one of the ideas we got on the table, but we got spring break coming up for the whole next week. Remember, no program for Tech Bytes. Have a good week off, guys, next week. Think about what you guys want to make next. We're slowly building up our arsenal with new skills, so we can start experimenting, going to new things. And hopefully you guys are excited. This Friday, remember, we got video gaming hour. We're playing the game Lab Made, so that should be fun. Other than that, hopefully you guys had a great time. Guys, take care and good night.
Bye.
Bye.